All right, Sanji. Here's the energy coming through. The moon. So there's some confusion going on. And the moon is telling you that you need to use your intuition. I find this hard to believe for Sagittarius that you guys would ever be confused about anything. So, but here it's all about listening to your intuition and your dreams. Your conscious mind isn't doing you any favors, and there's definitely some kind of confusion going on. So in the past, the Knight of Wands is a very adventurous, charismatic person who is driven. He's ready to go out and take the new adventure. And I'm wondering if, I hesitate on saying whether or not that this is a person rather than maybe the energy that you carried through. And I'm wondering if the new adventure left you a little bit confused. Or messages coming in for a new opportunity have you confused. So in the present, wow. So the Ace of Wands is really good. This is where the action takes place. And the Ace of Swords is the mental thought. The Ace of Cups is the emotional backing. Here's where the action takes place. So this is all about a new opportunity. And I'm wondering why you guys are feeling confused about it. But here you definitely need to use your intuition when it comes to this new opportunity coming through, because this is definitely messages coming through for something new, to start something new. In the future conditions, the Nine of Wands is like, you've got some scars and you're on guard. And unfortunately, the person that's on guard might be closed off to receiving these messages here, which is, making sense with confusion. Like something is opening up for you, but you're not seeing it, or you're unwilling to see it right now because you're like on guard. You're ready to continue fighting. And the best path to follow, the Page of Swords. Now, I've seen this in this position before. So the Page of Swords, when you look at it as an energy, this is a very young, brave person who's going after what he wants, and he's taking charge, and he's not worried about the obstacles in front of him. Very direct. So maybe that's what you need to do rather than being on guard like this, because you're blocking what's coming through here. And there's still this confusion going on. The influences around you, nice. So this is the card of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about tempering the heart with the mind. You have got your emotions in check and your mind is sound. And you've got some serious balance going on. And maybe here, I think with the moon, it's just saying that you need to be open to your intuition, rather than there being any actual confusion going on. But I think your intuition is going to help you more than your logical mind as far as this opportunity here. Because there's definitely a message coming through where, because the Ace of Wands is really powerful. This is where the action takes place. Going after something brand new that's going to pay off. But, don't do this because you're blocking yourself from it. You're too concerned with the scars you already have and being on guard. And then with Temperance here, it's always a wise move to keep your heart and your mind in check. But, don't neglect your intuition. Your hopes and your fears. Very nice. So, and look at these majors. With the sun, you're going to find rejuvenation. You're going to feel the power of the sun, the energy of the sun. You've got that childlike view of the world. Everything is fine. The warning here is not to let that power go to your head. But I'm still wondering why you're blocking yourself from this here. And your outcome, the Six of Wands. So You come out fine. The Six of Wands is the victory card. So you're celebrating after the battle, and you're in tune with yourself perfectly. I mean, you know, this is you. And I think your intuition is helping you, but here you need to be careful. And as far as the Page of Swords being the best path to follow, yeah, you need to just go ahead and not worry about the obstacles that are in your path. And go after this new opportunity here. Something is big, something big is coming through for you, and it's going to pay off. And especially with the sun right here. And then you have victory on top of it. So just be careful about any kind of confusion here. Don't block your intuition. Temperance is a beautiful card. I mean, you have the balance, but don't block the intuition, because it could cause confusion. But here, the sun is outshining anything anyway. So you guys have got something big that's going to come into your life, and you're going to be celebrating it. So I really think with all the wands here, you've got some fire going on, which is you. You are a fire sign. And you definitely have this opportunity to start something really great. And then on top of that, you've got the victory. You're like, yeah, I got this. And then you have these three majors. And not only did you pull yourself, you have the sun and the moon going on here. So I really think that your intuition is going to help you out greatly with what it is that you're going after. And the Page of Swords, go after it and don't care about what's in your path. All right, Sagittarius. Here's the energy coming through. So the Seven of Swords is all about underhanded business dealings and theft. This is about protecting your assets, taking with you what you can, and leaving the rest of the junk behind. So having this influence the reading makes me wonder if maybe some of you don't have something going on in your life right now where you feel like you need to protect what you have. Or there could be some underhanded business dealings going on. And in the past, wow. So the Lovers is the relationship. This is about putting love first in your life. And this is all about the duality. The male, the female, the yin and the yang. So I'm wondering if, and the way that I'm feeling seeing this right now, if maybe some of you feel like you need to protect the relationship that some of you may be in. Like you feel like there's this need to protect what you have. And in the present, wow. So, Jesus. The Chariot. The Chariot is all about using willpower. This is about using your willpower to control the sphinxes that are in front of you to continue on your chosen path. Now, with the Chariot, karma comes into action here. What you reap, you will sow. And here it's like there's this feeling of needing to protect what you have with the Lovers, but here it's this choice of which path to follow. And in the future, so the Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. This is about looking at the past and remembering that feeling of security with childhood. And this could even be somebody from the past coming through. But it could also be about restoring harmony. So here, wow, you know, you have this situation where love is involved. There is this need for willpower to control which path you're going down. And you're having this look in the past. And then on top of it, there's this feeling of needing to protect what you have. So, you know, I feel like maybe some of you are looking at the past, and it's definitely connected to the Lovers here. And it's like the Chariot is, you know, especially next to the Seven of Swords, is like, where are you going to go? Which path are you going to take that's going to help you to protect what you have? The best path to follow. Wow. So the Emperor is all about order, power, and structure. This is about getting your house in order. So when you start the journey from the Fool and you go to the Empress and all the chaos in between, the Emperor comes in and he puts order and structure to everything. So here, I think you feel like maybe you need to get your house in order. Because there's this feeling of maybe, you know, I'm seeing this as like you feel like you need to protect what you have, especially when it comes to a love situation. And I can't help but wonder if maybe the Chariot is telling you that to be careful, because whatever path you follow, you know, you will reap what you sow. But then there's also this feeling of looking at the past in a beautiful light. And here it's telling you you need to get your house in order. Look at these majors going on. The influences around you. The Eight of Pentacles is great. This is all about doing some hard work and seeing the results of what it is that you're doing. This is really good, especially right next to the Emperor. So you're putting in the work that you need to get your house in order. So that maybe you don't have to feel like you're losing anything, or that you have to feel like you need to protect what it is that you have. Your hopes and your fears. So the Three of Pentacles is all about having people recognize you for the work that you're doing. And, you know, I'm wondering if maybe some of you feel like you're not being recognized for all the hard work that you're doing, especially with the 7 right here. And I'm wondering if it doesn't have something to do with the Lovers. You know, like maybe you want somebody in your life to recognize all the hard work that you're doing. But here, definitely, do what you have to get your house in order. And the outcome. So, wow. The Eight of Cups is all about moving on emotionally before you do physically. So, like when you see the Six of Swords, that's about moving away from conflict. Here, you're emotionally okay, and you're leaving behind what you've started to go on a different journey. So, wow. I'm wondering if maybe some of you are looking at, you know, what's going on in your environment right now with this Eight of Pentacles and all the hard work that you're doing, right? And you're seeing the results. But maybe with this 8, it's like, I have to step away from this. And you're okay with it, but you're headed on a new path. You're ready to start something different. And, you know, it makes sense that this would be the outcome, especially where you have the 7 here, where it's like you don't want to feel like you have to protect the things that you have and leave stuff behind. Here you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to leave it behind and I'm going to go on a new journey. And I really have to wonder for some of you if it didn't have to do with a choice here to maybe leave, you know, this love situation here. But then again, you know, with the Six of Cups here, it's like, you know, I feel like you're looking at the past, and the past being the Lovers, and looking at this in a good light, that maybe some of you are like choosing to take a different path. You're getting your house in order. There might be some fear here about not being recognized for all the hard work that you're putting in. But emotionally, you're like, that's okay. I'm going to take a new journey and I'm going to build something new. So I think for some of you that you're not wanting to feel this way anymore, which would make sense with the Eight of Cups, where emotionally you're okay and you're moving on. But again, with nostalgia being looking at the past and the Lovers being the past, it's like you're wanting to do something new regarding love. And here you are getting your house in order. And I do think that if you follow this path, you will be recognized for the hard work that you do.